If you are a human being on this planet, you are and will be susceptible to greed, frustration, jealousy, being offended, being frustrated, and all that. The trick is, how do you control your own emotions and all that to safely and effectively de-escalate a situation? I want to talk about a situation that just recently happened to me, and I almost missed this opportunity to share that until I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine. But here's the background. I was on the phone a couple days ago with my bank. I had just opened up a separate checking account, and I had an issue and a problem with logging online, so I called up customer service. And she was going through the routine of verifying my identity and all that, which is fine, I get it. But she kept going on asking these questions, and I knew that she could already see that I already had a bank account with my wife and a business account. In my opinion, she had already identified me. But she kept asking these questions. What was the last two deposits or transactions? And I was getting frustrated, admittedly so. My wife caught my attention because she could hear my tone of voice and the attitude coming out in my tone of voice, and she said, "Hey, she's just doing her job," which okay, take a deep breath, right? Finally got all that done. And throughout the entire time that I'm dealing with this, now admittedly, hey, again, I'm telling you, I'm a human being. I also get frustrated and impatient, and I will be the first to admit that I have a tendency to get hangry, okay? If I don't have a Snickers bar or something to eat when it's time to eat, or when I get hungry, I get a little grumpy, okay? I just recognize and catch it, and I'm able to mitigate it and so on. But anyway, after this lady got off the phone and we got my business done and all that, I was kind of going over things, and I was telling a buddy of mine about the incident. And I made this comment that kind of made me realize this was a teachable moment. I made the comment that if she had just acknowledged that I was getting frustrated and impatient, it would have made a world of difference. And it hit me like a ton of bricks, because one of the things that I emphasize in my training seminars, one of the most powerful things you can do is relate and connect with the person who's already grumpy, upset, or whatever. So we're talking about a situation like this where you're dealing with a client, a customer, or whatever. And if you identify with them, okay, people want to be treated with dignity and respect, and oftentimes they just want to be heard. They want to be validated and affirmed. And you acknowledging what they're going through, what they're feeling, and so on, is a powerful tool and a powerful de-escalating tool that you could use. And it hit me, I should share this personal story, this incident that I'm involved in. And this time I was the grumpy person, right? Throughout the entire time that I was talking to this lady, I'm trying to keep it lighthearted, and I always start my conversations lighthearted. But she was very robotic, very to the fact. Her tone of voice was just, you know, can you verify your address? I mean, it was just very monotone. And I realized later that if at any point, and I'm sure she recognized and could tell I was getting impatient because I didn't try to hide my tone of voice. At any point, if she had just said, you know, Mr. Riley, I apologize, it's taking so long or whatever, if you could just bear with me a few more moments. Just validate and affirm what a customer or client's going through can make a world of difference. I know that it would have with me. I probably would have still been impatient, but at least I would have recognized that she knew that I was impatient, and that she was validating and affirm and understood that, hey, you're getting impatient and you're getting frustrated. I get it. I'm sorry. Just doing my job. Little things like that can go a long way. So I just wanted to share that. For effective conflict de-escalation, you need to connect with the other person you're dealing with. If you don't connect with them, you're not likely to be effectively and successfully de-escalate that situation. You will just be the cold, heartless, unfeeling representative of whatever the organization is that you represent and work at. And that's what this lady came across to me as. Just unfeeling. And really all I needed, ultimately, you know how we solved my problem? All I had to do was leave one digit out of the account number as I'm trying to create an online presence. All she had to do was say that. She didn't have to, really, and I was just trying to explain that to her. She could tell that I already had these other accounts. I said, look, just tell me what it is I'm missing to create this online presence and accessibility. All she had to do was say, sure, you see where your account number is? Just leave out that one other digit. Bam, would have been done. But this thing got dragged out. So folks, if you're in a service related industry and you're dealing with customers, clients, and so on, and they're impatient, frustrated, grumpy and all that, just connect with them from a heartfelt level where you can identify with them where they're coming from, because I know that you've been upset and frustrated and impatient and offended before also. Just connect with them. I'll see you on the next video.